What's going on, 143Speaks family? Welcome to another episode of Transformational Talk, where we talk transformation and mindset. Today, we are going to talk about your mindset, you preparing for the journey. A lot of us already started our New Year's resolution goals. You guys are out there, you guys are kicking butt, and you are ready to the fourth week of accomplishing their goals. Matter of fact, the second month, because today's February 1st. Happy Black History Month to everybody. But we're going to just dive a little bit deeper into the mindset and the type of mindset and things that you should be doing while you are working towards your New Year resolution goal. I am going to let y'all know for Transformational Talk, this is the last time we're going to talk about New Year's goals. I think that we're at the point where we kind of know as a 143 Speaks family where it is that we want to go. We've at this point should have set our goals and already have been moving towards our dreams and the levels that we want to be on. So today I'm going to dump 10 tips that you guys should basically follow, or you should already be in the midst of that on your journey, and all that'll help you while you're on your journey. But the key thing is that just really want to be into your head is the whole mindset thing. If you do not do the work to change this, I am telling you right now that you are going to fail at your goals. You cannot decide to start walking on your journey with a mindset of no, how can I say this without being too harsh. The little mindset that you're operating on now, you cannot go into your journey with that. There's knowledge and things that you're going to have to seek that's going to develop you. But if you think that you're going to do this work and that you're going to go into this mindset work, stopping and going, not having any type of discipline, not even understanding why you're on this journey, you're going to fail. I'm telling you that right now. When I had to start working towards my dreams and my goals, I had to change this. And then the only way that I was able to change that is by picking up books. If you're not a book reader, listen to an audiobook. But that's what I mean by you have to do the work and change your mindset. So I want to hit you with the first tip, and that's seek knowledge. In order for you to get smarter, you have to seek the knowledge. You're not going to just get smarter just looking all the time, just observing. You have to seek knowledge, dig deep into the knowledge. So if your journey is about you lifting weights, you want to be a certain weight this year, you need to dive into that literature. You need to find out the best possible ways that you can get to the numbers that you want to see at a certain time this year. An example I can give you is this. Let's say that you're doing bodybuilding work, you're a bodybuilder or whatever it is that you're doing, and you're working out, you want to be bulk by the summertime. There's a certain type of diet that you want to follow so you can bulk up, but you also don't want to bulk up and hurt yourself. So a lot of us will go out there and we'll just start eating all of these proteins and things of that nature, but it's not good for your heart. Some of y'all are out there on your fitness journey, working out, but you got hypertension. So some of the protein drinks and stuff that you were drinking is pumped with all of the sodium. So you have to do the literature. You have to do the reading work. You have to educate yourself. What is out there that'll best possibly help me get to my goal? If you're working out, you need to find videos of the proper ways to work. I remember when I was working on my shoulders, I would but somebody in the gym stopped me. They was like, listen, man, you gotta spread it out a little bit more. Go up a little bit more. You're going too far down. But I had to seek that knowledge. I had to find out, okay, what is this guy talking about? He sees me in the gym doing this the wrong way. But I need to go out and I need to find more information on how I can work out the right way. Some of y'all want to change your eating. Well, I want to do keto, or I want to just take all the greens out of my diet. What is that going to do to your body? What effect is that going to have by you going cold turkey and taking grains out of your diet when you've been eating it since you was a kid. What is that going to do to your body? This is the information that we need. What can you put in place of that to substitute that that's going to be a little bit more healthier? So, world family, I cannot stress to you that while you're going out on your journey, you have to seek the knowledge. It's not just you going out there doing the physical movement. You got to read. You got to spend some time seeking the knowledge. And if you're not a reader, guess what? YouTube is just like Google with videos. Go onto YouTube, Google whatever information it is that you're looking for, and go out there and find your person. And we're going to talk about that a little further on down the line. So number one is seek the knowledge. Do the work. Don't just think that you got to go out there and do the physical. Find information that's going to help you get to the levels that you want to be on. Number two, find a mentor. A lot of us do have to get to a point where we have to get comfortable with being alone, because sometimes these journeys can kind of feel lonely. You may have to tell friends and everything, listen, I'm not hanging out at the time. We're going to go into that a little bit further down the line. But you need to have somebody that's either an expert in this field or have been through the processes that you're about to go through. So there's two ways that you can find a mentor. You can find a mentor physically. You can just really just go out there and go seek the type of person that's in the field that you want to go into, or that's on the journey that you are on, or already surpassed the journey. You want to go seek them. And if you can't find anybody physical, use YouTube. There are tons of people that I follow on YouTube that I use for mentorship, spiritual mentorship, motivational mentorship, even how to make these type of videos. But although the journey can feel lonely, it's always good to have that person that you can turn to, you can call, you can ask questions to, you can seek knowledge from. So I don't want to hear the excuse that, oh, but I don't really know how to find a mentor. Go on YouTube. Go find a virtual mentor, somebody that you can follow. Somebody that's going to break down step by step the things and the tools that you're going to need while you're going on your journey. And if you can find that physical mentor, that's dope. But there got to be somebody out there in that same arena that you're in that's trying to accomplish the same goals you are, or that's accomplishing those goals. It's also good to have a mentor because it's good to have somebody to talk to when you're going through those times of burnouts, or you're going through those times where you feel like you want to quit, you don't want to do this no more. It's always good to have a mentor. Somebody to talk things to process things through. So number two, seek a mentor, whether that's virtual or whether that's somebody physically that you can speak to. Number three, find your lane and conquer it. Some of us have goals on our paper that we wrote it down, but we're in like 10,000 different lanes. You want to be this person over here. You want to do this over here. You want to be the hero over here. Find your lane and conquer it. I always tell this story like Uber. When Uber came out, they wasn't doing taxis, food, and all this other stuff they're doing. No, they were just doing taxi. They dominated that lane, and that's how they were able to expand. Some of us want to expand doing 10,000 things at one time. Find your lane and become the master at it. Become dominant in that field. Once you do that, you're going to generate all the things that you need and have all the skills that you need, so that way you can expand over into another lane. But stop going out there thinking that you have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. You can find your niche, your lane, that you just do amazing work in, and then start expanding over into different lanes. But stop trying to do 10,000 things at one time, because that's why you keep quitting. You keep quitting because you keep on overwhelming yourself with so many different things to do, and you're not seeing the progress that you want to see because you're not mastering a specific lane. You're trying to do 10,000 other things. And then when one of those 10,000 other things fail, the main thing doesn't matter anymore because you failed here, so you don't even want to put in effort for that. So find your lane and master it. Number 4, communicate with your circle. So I find it very important to communicate with the people that are currently around you, especially if you have to either cut ties or limit the amount of time that you're hanging out with them. I'll give you an example. You just wrote down this goal that by the end of 2026, You want to have $50,000 saved up in the bank so that way you can put a down payment on a house in 2027. In order for you to do that, there are processes that you're going to have to go through. Meaning you may have to get a second job. You may have to double down on the business that you've created so that way you could bring in more revenue. There are things that you have to do. But then there's also going to be phone calls. Yo, what you doing today? Let's go hang out. Yo, let's go grab a beer. Let's go get some wind. There's going to be those type of calls. And it's okay for you to communicate with your circle and let them know, like, listen, right now at this moment, I am only focusing on building my brand. I understand y'all want to hang out and everything, but I have to give myself some time so that way I can grow my dreams and the things that I'm doing. So right now is not the time that I want to hang out. It's okay to communicate with them. You can even communicate with them before the questions and asking start. You'd be like, yo, guys, I just want to let y'all know, lady, whatever it is. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know, like, yo, I'm going to be on this journey where, yo, I really want to, like, have 50K, before the end of the year so I can put a down payment on the house. So I'm not going to be focused on hanging out too much this year. I'm just going to be focused on building up me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody that don't understand that shouldn't be in your circle. Because they're not for you or your dreams. I'm going to say that again because that's important. If you simply sit down with the members of your community, your circle, your village, and you're simply explaining to them that these are the things I can't do anymore because I'm trying to be on this level and they don't understand, I guarantee you they should not be in your circle in the first place. Get rid of them. Number 5. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Some of us live this lifestyle where we're just so comfortable. We get things handed to us. We're able to do the things that we want to do. We got all the money. It's okay. Push all that aside. It's time for you to get uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, you do some extraordinary things. I'm going to say that again. When you're uncomfortable, you do extraordinary things. Some of us don't even know how to cook. But let you start getting hungry and there's food in the house. You're going to learn how to cook. You're going to cook. That uncomfortableness of you being hungry is going to force you to go out there and do the work to figure out how can you cook for yourself in order for you to survive. Some of y'all want this workout goal, but then y'all want to sleep in. Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that has a workout goal should not be sleeping until 11 a.m. Challenge yourself. If you're not a morning person, challenge yourself to become one. I remember that when I first started out this workout journey, and this was last year, like the beginning of last year, I was debating with myself, do I want to go to the gym at 5 a.m. or should I wait until the afternoon? So I said, you know what, I'm going to do the easy thing. I'm going to wait until the afternoon. And then I realized that I was so drained from the day that I wouldn't even go into the gym. So I had to force myself to be in the gym at 5 o'clock. So now the new stress came because I'm like, all right, I got to be inside the gym at 5. What time should I wake up? I'm going to wake up at 4:55, give myself 5 minutes to get to the gym. And I ain't never make it to the gym on time. I'm in there like 5:15, 5:20, but that cut into my workout. And it slowed up the process for the way I wanted to see my body. I don't have that problem no more because I made a commitment that I want to see my body a certain type of way and I'm willing to be uncomfortable. So now I set my alarm clock to 4:15 and I don't have to be in the gym until 5. But 4:15, I'm up. And I learned something about that 4:15 hour. Yo, the world is quiet, it's peaceful, nobody's calling my phone. I'm locked in. I could start off by reading the scripture, dive into meditation, speak to God, hear what it is that he wants to talk to me about. But I stopped with the excuses and I said, I'm going to do the most uncomfortable thing. And then I also had a problem with going to bed early because I like to stay up late. So me making myself uncomfortable fixed all of those problems. I go to bed early now. I have more time in the morning to spend with God before I start my day. But y'all gotta stop with this. Yo, I'm going to work on my dreams, but I'm going to try to make it as snuggle as possible. No, get uncomfortable. You get comfortable when you reach the goal. When you get to the top of that mountain. I ain't never hear nobody say, well, I'm climbing a mountain, I feel so snuggled and comfortable. No. So all of y'all that's trying to figure out the secrets to success, or all of these codes and everything because you're trying to make things comfortable, get out of your comfort zone. Because I promise you, you're going to grow when you're uncomfortable. Let's keep moving. Number 6, don't start your journey as the expert. You want to start your journey as the student. A lot of us pig-headed. We think we know everything just because we've seen it a few times. Oh, I know how to deal with this situation. I know how to. You don't have to be the expert when you start your journey. Be the teacher. Be the student. Be the person that's willing to learn from somebody else's mistakes. Be the one that's willing to learn from somebody else's successes. But don't go into everything thinking that you know it all. I guarantee you, any room that you're in, even if you're leading the room, if you have an open mind, you'll always learn something. But don't go into it thinking that you just know it all, or because you've been through certain things that you know, you may not know because, yeah, you physically been through it, but you didn't do the deep diving work. And that's the research behind whatever it is that you've been through. But if you want to learn, you have to have an open mind to want to learn. And you got to allow people to teach you. Number 7 is the most important one, self-care. You're going to find yourself stressed out, overwhelmed, wanting to quit, burned out, and all this while you're on your journey. That's what it's supposed to do. That's you developing. Okay? So when you have those moments of, yo, I don't want to do, I want to quit, that's all of that is the development. That's what it's supposed to do. You can't be the CEO of your company if you didn't go through the I want to quit stage. Because picture you didn't go through that, but now you're the CEO of this company. And you got thousands of people that relies on the income of the company to pay them. But you up there talking about, I want to quit. You quit and close down the organization, nobody eats. Families fail. So the journey is supposed to want to break you. And the only people that make it to the top are the ones that couldn't be broken. Please keep that in mind. Number 7, self-care. Sorry, I just got hyped with that one. But number 7, self-care is very important. That's something that I learned just now. Yo, go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Go get a massage. Take time for yourself. If you have kids and you are working on your journey and you have a job, some of y'all got 2 jobs, you need time for yourself. I am telling you that right now. If you have that superwoman or superman complex, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Take time for you. Go sit by the water. Nobody's saying you got to do something extravagant or crazy, but go just sit by the water, breathe for a little while. Take time for you. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't do some type of self-care, you're going to find yourself miserable and hating the people that's around you. You have to take a step back and breathe. Yoga, gym, something for you every single day, not just once a day, every single day. So I want to challenge y'all. I want to challenge everyone that sees this video this week or whenever you've seen this video. I want to challenge you to do something for yourself. And when you do it for yourself, I want you to put a comment and say what it is that you did for yourself for self-care. But while you're walking on your journey, I'm telling you right now, that self-care part is very, very important. Number 8, seek spiritual guidance. So when I was on my journey, when I started my journey many, many years ago, one of the things that I had in mind that I wanted to do is to become baptized. I was baptized when I was younger. I baptized on Valentine's Day when I was younger. I think I was 9 years old at the time. And I got baptized with my mother and my sister. When I became an adult a few years ago, well, I didn't just become an adult a few years ago. I'm in my 40s now, but a few years ago, I met some group of brothers. We were online every single Saturday talking about spiritual things. I built that bond and that connection with them. And in the midst of me building that bond and that connection with them, I felt like there was something missing. And one of the things that popped into my head one day is you need to be baptized. You need to be saved. And I didn't understand the meaning of baptism when I was younger. But when I got older and I got baptized and I went through the classes to learn about it, it meant something a lot more to me. I understood it. And I'll see if I can put a little video in here real fast showing me getting baptized.
Donald Jones, we are delighted that you have said yes to Jesus. I watch you consistently every Sunday evening at 5:30 in our discipleship session. Faithfully serving. You're always there. I'm convinced that God is with you. He's with your family. And today, this is a day of celebration for you. Not just baptism, celebration.
Yes.
Celebration. And so, Brother Donald, upon the profession rather of your faith, your pastor takes pleasure in baptizing you in the witness of all these people, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Yes. Praise God. Yeah.
But I was saved, and that was one of the things that was on my list. And from that point on, I got closer to God, and then I feel like I've withdrawn, because as I went on my journey, there were certain things that just started to happen, and I didn't understand the reason why they were happening. One thing that I just recently learned was this: is that if you do not know the word, you can be misled. I'm going to say that again. If you don't know the word of God, of Christ, whatever religion it is that you are a part of, if you don't understand the word and the meaning behind that religion, you can be misguided. And I would get on YouTube and I would look at all of these YouTube preachers and I would listen to them, and it was great. But when I started to dive into the word, I started to understand more. The spiritual part of your journey is the most, because the person that you serve spiritually, the person that you pray to spiritually, you're going to feel like you're closer to them. You're going to see things happen that's just out of this world. Like, yo, I would have never thought. Like, I got a guest to come on to my podcast, Journey of the Mindset, coming out in March, that I never thought I would ever be able to get. But something in my head said, yo, just reach out to him, send him a text message, see what happens. And it was so easy. Reached out and was like, hey, no problem. Can you do 10 o'clock on a Sunday? No problem. I'll be there. Showed up. Literally today. Showed up on time. And we had a powerful recording session. But I believe that connection came through God, because he sees how hard I'm working. He sees how dedicated I am to the cause. And spiritually, got my back. Isn't it beautiful to be on this earth working towards a goal, and then somebody in the spirit world got your back, pushing Satan away like, get away from him. He belongs to us. Well, family, that's the most beautiful part about this journey, is that the Lord will show so many things to you, will open up your eyes. You will see things, and then he'll suck you back into time to a situation, and then you see it differently. Like, oh, I see. Seek spiritual guidance. Pray. Every time you're going to walk in a room to close a deal, you need to pray to God. Every time you're going out there to touch somebody's heart, you need to pray to God. Lord Jesus, Father God, can you please give me the strength, the energy, and the love to touch this person's heart? But the spiritual part of your journey is going to be the most powerful thing, because that's what connects you. Number 9, seek out events. If you want to be a poet, you should be going to poetry slams. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you should be going to networking conferences. If you want to be a motivational speaker, you need to go to motivational speaking conferences. Don't just stay home on the couch saying that you want to do something. Go out there and seek the events. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen to you that's so amazing, right? And this is even podcast. So I went to a podcast event and I came out with a whole bunch of people that I can interview for my podcast. So picture you going to an event with like-minded people that's trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. Picture that. And all the conversations that you're gonna have and the connections. You just build something called your network. That's what you just did. And it makes your journey a lot easier when you have people in your network on the same vibe and mindset that you're on. The last one is use tools to help you focus. I have 2 iPhones. This is my little one, but I have 2 iPhones. My calendar, every single thing it's on my calendar, even me spending time with family. I'm going to spend it. Yep, it's on my calendar. If it is not on my calendar, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to forget or something that's not that important to me. But you need to use your calendar functions. Also on the iPhone, I'm pretty sure Androids have it too. You have something called reminders. You can put tasks on there and have it remind you. You can also use notes to start to break down some of the assignments and tasks that you have to do. I also use an application that's called Notion. If you guys don't know about Notion, you could go on there, but I use Notion to keep me organized. I work on a ton of projects, and this is no Notion promotion either. This is what I use for myself. But I'm involved in a lot of projects, a lot, more than 10. So with Notion, it allows me to break down each project that I'm on, work out a detailed step-by-step execution plan for each project. I can set deliverable due dates, reminders, all of that on Notion. But you know where I got that idea from? I got that idea from this gentleman that is named Leo Martinez. We do a mastermind group on Sunday. He came here and he connected me to a YouTuber. Matter of fact, I wanna look him up for y'all right now, because this gentleman, despite he does a lot of cursing, I will say that, but he gives you what you need to be motivated and to do the things that you need to do to execute. But this gentleman, I'm telling you right now, when I tell you he's locked in, he is locked in 100%. There's no questions asked at all. As I said, a little bit of the cursing, but he gets you thinking and he gets you moving. But he has an episode where he talks about Notion, how he uses Notion. I don't know why it's not coming up right now, but talks a little bit about how he uses Notion. I'll put a description down below. Actually, he's coming up now. His name is Brandon Carter. So if you guys haven't heard of Brandon Carter, and Brandon Carter is an entrepreneur, he's into fitness, he talks about business, things of that nature. Like I said, he does have a mouth, does a lot of cursing, but he gives you what it is that you need, and he gives you tools and tips on how to be successful. So Brandon Carter, when I got onto his YouTube page, he was doing an episode on Notion and how he uses Notion. And then at the end of it, he has in his description an ambitious planner, which I downloaded. But this is all information that Leo Martinez, my new business partner, came in here with. But even that, guys, starting your own mastermind group, it doesn't have to be physically. You could do it over YouTube. And it's just you and a like-minded people just sitting down, discussing and sharing different type of resources and things of that nature and tools. So sometimes, even if you can't go out there and get it, you might have to be the one that creates it. But I want you guys to keep those 10 tips in mind while you're on your journey, because they're going to help you get to the levels that you want to be on. So I'm just going to go back. 1, seek knowledge. You want to do deep dives, read, find videos, audiobooks into the lane that you're trying to conquer. 2, find a mentor. Don't go through this alone. It is a very lonely journey. If you can find people that's about you, that can give you some good information and things of that nature, please do so. But you want to seek a mentor. 3, find a lane and conquer it. You don't have to do 10,000 things. You don't have to do everything. But find out one lane that's yours, that belong to you, and conquer it. You'll have time to expand. Number 4, communicate with your circle. Let them know about the journey that you're about to be on. Let them know about the wave and the vibe that you're about to be on. Let them know that they're going to be hearing a lot of no's when they want to hang out because you're trying to make it to certain levels. Number 5, be willing to be uncomfortable. You don't need to be snuggled and comfortable all the time. It's okay to be a little cold. It's okay to have a little bit of pain. But be uncomfortable, because the uncomfortable is what teaches lessons. Number 6, don't start your journey being the expert. You have to be willing to learn. You're not the expert. You don't know everything. Just because you've been through little experiences, like I said, does not mean you're the expert. Be willing to learn. Open up your ears and your mind. Number 7, self-care, meditation, yoga, sitting by the water, breathing, find time for yourself. I don't care how busy you are. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, do some type of self-care. Because I'm telling you, something that hits you like a rock and it'll make you drop to your knees and quit. You have to have time to yourself to breathe. Number 8, seek spiritual guidance. God first before anything. Whoever you pray to, Allah, if you're Buddha, like whoever you pray to, your spirituality comes first before anything. Because that's what's going to help you also get to the levels you want to be on. Your journey is just not a life, physical, flesh journey. No, you're going to be tested spiritually as well. Number 9, seek out events. You want to go to events so that way you can meet like-minded people. So I just want to expand on that part real fast. Have an agenda, right? Have outcomes that you want to achieve when you go to networking events or when you go to events. Don't just go there just to meet people. Why do you want to meet people? What type of people do you? So when I went to the podcast event, I said, I want to go to this event because I want to meet 10 podcasters and then 10 people that I can invite to the podcast. And then I also want to meet 5 people that I can go onto the podcast. So that's 5 people I can go onto the podcast, 10 podcasters that's been doing it for years. And then I also want 10 people that I can bring onto my podcast. I had the criteria and the outcomes that I wanted to accomplish before I came out of that networking event. And the last thing is use the tools to stay focused. There's a bunch of tools out there that you can use. Like I said, I use Notion to keep me focused, and I use a lot of my apps that's already came with my iPhone to keep me organized. Well, family, I know this is going to be tough. I know for some of us it's hard. I know some of us just want to stop and give up. Some of us are even rethinking the why. Why are we doing this? But I guarantee you in the long run, if you keep on pushing, you will get to the levels you want to be on. You really, truly have to believe it. Where I'm living now, I can tell you right now, 5 years ago, I wasn't living there. 5 years before that, I was homeless. I would have never thought that I would be able to record podcasts in my building. So, well, family, it's very important that you really believe in this journey as you're moving towards accomplishing your dreams and your goals. But if you don't feed this, if you don't give this what it needs to develop you, you're going to crash. Find brain food and feed your brain. Until next time, world family, I love you. Peace.